everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my March TBR and we're going to pick what books are on my March TBR using my prompt jar. If you don't know, I use this jar every single month which have random prompts in them, which helps me to pick the books that I want to read in each month. This month I think I'm going to pick 5 books just because I also am planning on doing the tandem read of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas this month, and those are 2 really big books. So those are 2 books that I'm absolutely planning on reading this month, so I'm going to pick 5 other books using the prompts, I believe. So without any further ado, I'm just going to crack on with the first prompt, which is a 4 or more word title. Okay, for this prompt I think I'm going to choose to continue a series because I'm sort of trying to be mindful about the amount of series that I am in the middle of and trying to finish some of those out. So I'm going to put Glow of the Everflame on by Pen Cole, which is the second book in the Kindred Curse saga, and the first book is Spark of the Everflame, and this follows a girl called DM, and the main male character is called Luther, and DM's mother basically goes missing, and she was the healer in the prince's in the castle, and when she goes missing, DM basically steps up to take that role. There's a mystery surrounding where DM's mother has gone, and we're basically sort of trying to figure that out, while there's also sort of tension and a potential romance brewing between DM and the prince who lives in the castle, Luther. Okay, prompt number 2 is recommended to me. Okay, I've picked out 2 books that were both recommended to me personally from Josh over at Josh Reviews Books. I'll leave him linked in the description, but both of these books he has recommended to me, and the first one he actually also very kindly gifted me. So the first one is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, which is the first book in the War of Lost Hearts. I think it's a trilogy. This is book 1, and Carissa Broadbent is the author of The Serpent and Wings of Night and the whole Crowns of Nyaxia series, which I absolutely adore. I also think Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent comes out this month, so maybe it's not smart to put on a different Carissa Broadbent book, but I do really need to read this book, and I know that I'm going to really love it because I love Carissa Broadbent's writing. This follows a girl called Tasana, who it looks like apparently murdered the most powerful man in Thrall, and she has to flee, and it says she's forced into an apprenticeship with Max, I'm just going to call him, who is handsome and reclusive fire wielder who despises the orders. Okay, it's a fantasy romance, I believe. That is all I need to know. And then the second one is Blood over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang. This is a pretty new release, and it just says, the first woman ever admitted to a prestigious order of mages unravels a secret conspiracy that could change the practice of magic forever in this standalone dark fantasy from the author of The Sword of Kaigan. Okay, while this is a standalone and I was just talking about finishing series rather than starting them, I'm going to choose The Daughter of No Worlds just because it's been on my TBR for longer and I really want to get this read. I have the urge to pick it up this month, so we're going to go for Daughter of No Worlds, which was recommended to me by Josh. Prompt 3. This is literally perfect. Continue a series. I know exactly what book I'm putting on for this prompt, and that is The Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. I have literally just read 10 pages of this book. This is the second book and the final book in the Crimson Moth duology. The first book was The Crimson Moth, or The Heartless Hunter if you're not in the UK. I don't know why they have different titles, but they do. And this is basically a fantasy romance duology that is a romance between a witch and a witch hunter, and the main female character is the witch and she's known as the Crimson Moth, and she basically goes around killing people who kill witches. And then the witch hunter, his name is Gideon, and he is one of these guards who kills witches, and he's on the hunt for the Crimson Moth. And that's all I'm going to say. But this is the second and final book in the duology, like I said, and I absolutely adored the Crimson Moth so much. I read it probably a year ago now, and I've been waiting for this book, and it's such a highly anticipated read, so I'm glad that we're getting this on the TBR. Prompt 4. A pink book. Okay, I've pulled out again 2 options for this one, and the first one is The Cleaner by Mary Watson, which is a thriller. It's not dust she's looking for, it's dirt. Esme is supposed to be invisible, just a cleaner with a foreign accent that no one quite has time to place. Her uniform of leggings and a duster allows her to explore the homes of the wealthy, unseen, an outsider creeping around the edges of privilege. But as she sweeps through the exclusive Woodlands gated neighbourhood, cleaning is the last thing on her mind. Trudging silently over the polished floorboards and cloud-soft carpets, Esme gathers up the mess of broken marriages, quiet deceptions, and careless failures. She tucks away their fragments, keeping them safe for now, because one of the residents took from her the person she loves most. She's not here to clean, she's here for revenge, and she'll get it using the weapons her employers handed her, along with the keys to their homes, their own secrets. And then the second option is Night Shift by Annie Crown, which is a YA romance, I'm pretty sure. It says the bookworm and the basketball player are about to meet their match. Kendall Holliday spends her Friday nights exactly where she wants to be, with her head buried in a spicy romance novel while she works a graveyard shift at her university's library. Okay, maybe not YA. She knows she could join her friends for a weekend of drunken debauchery and college parties, but she likes her alone time, so she tells herself she isn't hiding when she gets lost in the pages of fictional love stories. But all that changes when Vincent Knight, captain of the basketball team, turns up with an injured wrist, a sour mood, and a pressing need for poetry recommendations for a class he hates. Vincent is tall, smart-mouthed, and challenges Kendall like no one has before. Suddenly, she's fallen headfirst into her very own romance novel, but it takes a lot more truth than tropes to get to a happy ever after in real life. It says a sweet and sexy romance that will keep you reading through the night. Okay. So I currently have 3 fantasy books on the TBR, and these are both different genres as well, a thriller or a romance. I think I'm actually going to choose the romance, which is rare for me to pick a romance over a thriller, but just reading that synopsis really made me want to read it, and this is only 318 pages, so it's quite a short book. If, like Anna Todd says on the blurb, is correct, then I'll want to continue reading this through the night. So we're going to choose Night Shift, just to switch it up a little bit. Okay, 5th prompt. Maybe I'll end up choosing 6. Over 500 pages. I knew exactly what book I was choosing when I pulled this prompt, and that is Zodiac Academy: The Reckoning, which is the 3rd book in the Zodiac Academy series. This is 630-ish pages, so definitely over the 500 page mark. If you don't know, this series follows 2 twin sisters called Darcy and Tori, and they basically live as humans their entire lives, and then when they turn 18, someone comes to tell them that they're actually not human, and they have magic, and they get taken to Zodiac Academy, which is a school for, like a university for people who have magic. And there are also these 4 guys that are like each heads of houses, so each house is a different type of elemental magic, so water, air, earth, fire, and the 4 guys are the heads of these houses, and it basically follows Tori and Darcy as they navigate this university. It is a fantasy romance series and I'm absolutely loving it, so I definitely want to put this one on here for this prompt. Okay, this TBR is very big, and like I said, I do want to do the tandem read of Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms as well this month. However, I'm still going to choose one final prompt because I can't help myself. The final prompt is, oh my god, I just dropped them all. Okay, this is perfect. Thriller cart. So I'm going to go over to my thriller cart and pick out a thriller that is on the thriller cart. Okay, I've picked out 4 options. So the first one is The Dilemma by B.A. Paris. It says, knowing the truth will destroy her, keeping it secret will destroy him. It follows Livia, who is a mom, and it says she has recently uncovered a secret about their daughter, which, if revealed, will shake their family to its core. Meanwhile, Adam has his own surprise for his wife. He's arranged Marnie, the daughter, to fly back for the party, but during the day he hears some terrible news. Now he too is faced with a dilemma. Then we have, also by B.A. Paris, The Therapist. It says, when Alice and Theo move into a newly renovated house in the Circle, an exclusive gated community, it's everything they've dreamed of, but appearances can be deceptive. As Alice is getting to know her neighbours, she discovers a devastating secret about her home and begins to feel a strong connection with the therapist who lived there before. Alice becomes obsessed with trying to piece together what happened, but no one wants to talk about it, and her neighbours are hiding something. Then we have The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose, which says, his mistress is dead, his wife is his only hope. Sarah Morgan is a successful and powerful defence attorney in Washington. At 33 years old, she's named partner at her firm, and life is going exactly how she planned. The same cannot be said for her husband, Adam. He's a struggling writer who has had little success in his career. He begins to tire of his and Sarah's relationship as she's constantly working. Out in the secluded woods, at Adam and Sarah's second home, Adam engages in a passionate affair with Kelly Summers. Then, one morning, everything changes. Adam is arrested for Kelly's murder. She's been found stabbed to death in Adam and Sarah's second home. Sarah soon finds herself playing the defender for her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. But is Adam guilty, or is he innocent? Then we have Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. It says, a mother and her daughter vanish, but only the child returns. When a local mother and her 6-year-old daughter, Delilah, suddenly vanish, their close-knit suburban community is rocked by fear and suspicion. How could such a terrible thing have happened in their small town? Then, 11 years later, Delilah shockingly reappears. Everyone wants to know what happened to her, but there are secrets hidden deep in the past, and when the truth about those missing years begins to surface, no one is prepared for what they're about to find out. Okay, I think I'm going to choose The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose, just because I've heard people talk about this one. I've not heard anything about the other three. And I've just been really wanting to pick up The Perfect Marriage, so I'm quite chuffed actually that this one is going on the TBR, but it is. So, God, this is heavy. This is our TBR for March. I'm just going to quickly run through all the books again. So we have Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole, Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, The Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli, Night Shift by Annie Crown, Zodiac Academy 3, The Reckoning by the Twisted Sisters, and The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. So, please let me know if you've read any of these books or if you're going to be reading them in March. If not, please let me know what you are going to be reading in March, and I will see you in the next one.